Now we've caught up with our tour guide again. We broke off. So I'm going to see what he has to say about this exhibit. He may have some interesting tidbits to share.
Welcome to this exhibition, A Call to Action. Every year we have a portrait exhibition about the latest Peace Prize laureate. That's why we have this exhibition about President Barack Hussein Obama. This is the last day that we have this exhibition as part of the Nobel Peace Center, because we get to know the Peace Prize laureate at the same time as everybody else, and we need to prepare a new exhibition in quite a short period of time, so we need to have everything ready. So tomorrow we are taking down this exhibition, so you're quite lucky to be here today. A Call to Action, the name of the exhibition. It's kind of twofold, I think. For starters, it's the reaction that the President gave when he first accepted the Nobel Peace Prize. He said that he would treat this prize as a call to action and not as a recognition of what he had done. And the other meaning is perhaps that Alfred Nobel's will is in itself a call to action. And this exhibition presents not only the work of the Peace Prize laureate, but also the three criteria Alfred Nobel wrote in his will. Because the Peace Prize 2009 created some debate in Norway and in other countries. People asked, what has the President done to deserve this Peace Prize? Thus, what are really the criteria for this prize? So that's why we have created this exhibition, kind of a library, where we have three sections. We have one section for we have one bookshelf for Alfred Nobel, and we have one bookshelf for the Peace Prize laureate in every of the three sections. Three sections because Alfred Nobel, he wrote three criteria in his will. And those are the criteria that the Nobel Committee interprets and use actively when deciding for a Peace Prize laureate. Alfred Nobel, he wrote his will by hand in Swedish without any juridical help. And you have the pictures of the will on the wall here. If you have an interest in reading the will, we have a printed copy over there, right there by the pole. And it's the whole will of Alfred Nobel. Let's start with the first of the three criteria. I'm not presenting them in the order Alfred Nobel wrote them. I will start here and I will go through of practical reasons, but the order really doesn't matter. Fraternity between nations. That was Alfred Nobel's criteria in this section. And Alfred Nobel, he had one dream, and that was, well, he had many dreams, but one of the dreams was that people and nations would come together and discuss their disagreements and not use violence and war. And he believed that in order to do so, it was important to have a relationship between the parties, a relationship that he called a fraternity. And the fraternity would perhaps ease the discussions and make it more possible to come to a peaceful solution through a dialogue. Because a fraternity might be built upon union, respect, but be built upon knowledge and understanding for each other. And also a common wanting to solve this agreement through a dialogue. And if you don't have these ingredients,
so that explains why that part of the exhibit shows Obama in Ghana,
to reach peace without
the students'
war.
reaction in Cairo, and him on the campaign.
Holding and promotion of peace congresses. The first international peace congress was arranged in Paris in 1878. So this was not a very common thing when Alfred Nobel lived. But he saw peace congresses as an important tool when it comes to peace solving, conflict solving. Because it's somewhere that you can gather the nations, you could improve the fraternities, and it's easier perhaps to solve this conflict if you all come together. Today, the state of the world is quite different, and for instance, we have a permanent peace congress in the United Nations, which also has been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize several times. Because Alfred Nobel wrote in his will that those who promote and arrange peace congresses would be eligible to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. It was important for the Nobel Committee, as they stated in their announcement in October last year, that the Peace Prize laureate had again taken the United States into the UN and taken a leading role within the UN and using the organization to improve international diplomacy and multilateral relations. And yes, I'm speaking too much, so I need to hurry up. So I will show you a symbol here, which I think is quite amusing. We have this BlackBerry here. This is perhaps somewhat similar to what the president has himself. As the first president having his own BlackBerry, this has not been allowed earlier due to security reasons and so on, but he insisted and he has one. We have the BlackBerry as well, and you can use this BlackBerry and you can call Alfred Nobel's desk over there, and you can actually have your own little peace conference here within the Nobel Peace Center using Barack Obama's BlackBerry talking to Alfred Nobel's phone over there. Really showing the importance of the Peace Congress, because you can write down the result in Alfred Nobel's Peace Protocol, but it also shows that Peace Congresses is important on all levels, micro, macro, and so on, and through dialogue it's perhaps easier to maintain these fraternities, and you do that also within this Congress. Let's take a look at the last criteria.